You're a pro at running your life, at committing to your workout, at showing up every day. At Bombas, we're pros too. Pros at making socks. Our sport assortment has specialized socks for whatever sport you're committed to. Running, hiking, golf, Pilates, and so much more. Made with sweat-wicking yarns, blister-fighting details, and targeted arch support. Bombas Sport is pro-level socks from the pros of socks. For another pro, you. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code audio for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com and use code audio.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
The following is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
This is All Things Elite. Welcome back to All Things Elite. Load up the pod, man, it's on when we speak. Rich right here, let me warm it up for Austin and Floyd. Couldn't be no one but the boys. When it come to All Things Elite from the fan perspective, swear, man, it ain't no question. Hear from them first. Swear, man, they putting in the work. No, they had to get me for the verse. Social Suplex Network's on. I was at a time in your headphones. Austin and Floyd on the microphone. Backing out on the ring, getting in the zone. Pulling up the show, give it 7 stars, you already know. Who else could it be but the show with the proclivity for positivity? I'm gone.
Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 312th episode of Social Suplex's podcast about AEW with a proclivity for positivity. Welcome to All Things Elite. My name is Austin Sumwitz. I am the host of this lovely show. Joining with me, as always, is my good buddy and friend, Mr. Floyd Johnson Jr. My man, how are you doing?
So, it depends. We are either 3 days away from me never having to see the Farmer in a world title match again, which would make me happy. There will be a eulogy right after the show if I get my way. Or
we put the horse in the glue factory.
Yeah, put that horse down. Or we're 3 days away from having to sit through another Hangman Adam Page reign. We know how the last one went. But that being said, no, I'm in general, I'm in a good mood. I'm going to LA.
Yeah.
It'll be a banger show. And when it comes down to it, and we'll talk about the full preview later. But in the big scheme of things, it's like Tony Khan booked this show for me. So It's FTR versus Young Bucks. My two favorite tag teams wrestling against each other. My favorite singles wrestler in AEW currently, which is Takeshita. He's wrestling against Jon Moxley in a big match. And now we are getting the main character of AEW, in my opinion, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, wrestling against the Farmer. Page. And you know what? That's cool. Because after he loses, Hangman will have plenty of time to drive in his electric car and do all the things his hippy-dippy ass does. Whatever that is. Whatever pores do. And yeah, so. But this is a very exciting week. This will be a very exciting week, man, for me. I don't think I'm going to go 3 for 3. But if I go 3 for 3, Just imagine it's going to be just a review of the show with me shit talking. Winston wants to be on the show today. Okay.
Winston has been so excited for Revolution. He has not been able to contain himself. I'm so stunned that he's just not peeing everywhere.
Which is hilarious because I do this show every week and he's as quiet. You wouldn't even know I had a dog most of the time. But today he has decided. So I'm back and we saw about my dog. I think he's okay now, but I've said that 3 times now. So we're going to find out. He's just in the mood tonight, which is funny because he's like quietest dog most of the time. But that being said, no, the show's built for me. I'm glad I will be there with Mr. JR, and hopefully, if he's listening to the show, Austin's friend Jared, it's gonna be a fucking amazing time. And okay, before we get started, I gotta send a big FU to one team in the world.
Oh God.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Why did I think that you were going to bring this up on the show?
Dude, you know to talk about all the D-bag asshole shit you can do. Oh, yeah, we agreed to the trade. Oh, we can get Trey Hendrickson's cheaper? Oh, yeah.
Without losing 2 first-round picks?
Yeah. Max, you didn't pass your... Dude, I hope Max Crosby gets to play the Ravens this year and gets like 7 sacks in the game.
He'll do it. And then just like the amazing work that Myles Garrett did for the Bears last year, they still will not win games.
Yes. And then I hope I hope every NFL team just turns this team down for trading. So the reason you might hear this, because, I'm a Chiefs fan, so you're probably thinking, well, don't you hate when anything bad happens to the Raiders? Yes, I do. But this, as a Madden guy, as a franchise guy, this goes into the fundamentals of what's right and what's wrong. They agreed to a trade. So when that happens, the Raiders stopped shopping, stop dealing with other teams, right?
The problem is that technically that started during the tampering period of free agency.
Yes.
Where the deals aren't put pen to paper, they're just agreed upon, and then they go out to the press and they go out to media and they go out to insiders.
Yes.
But technically the pen is not put to paper. It's dumb as fuck, but
the teams agreed on the trade. They agreed to announce the trade. They had
and that's the thing.
They had Max Crosby gifts on the Baltimore page.
You know for a fact that if it had gotten to the to the 11th hour, truly, they would have had Max Crosby Ravens jerseys on Fanatics in an instant. That they were like, okay, this is a done deal, and then there would have been people who would have bought those jerseys, and obviously they wouldn't have gotten there in time and whatnot. They would have just canceled it, but people would have bought those jerseys and then found out, oh shit, he's not coming.
My bad. Just think. So, Baltimore has a stadium and a shop, and you can go to that shop and get custom jerseys made.
Yes. Oh, you can get one made.
Just think if they made that trade and you're the guy that ran up to the Ravens thing and got a Crosby jersey made.
That would be some unfortunate timing, I would say.
Yes.
No, I've never seen anything like it. It's truly unbelievable.
Because it doesn't happen. Because your word is your bond. This is how you agree.
Now there's a black eye on the Ravens from this point forward in terms of doing any kind of business with them.
Yes, you didn't piss off one team. You pissed off 30 teams because the Raiders might have had a deal that was not as good as the Ravens deal, but they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go with the Ravens because it's a little better. And then so that other team, free agency came and they went out and spent their money, right? The money that they would have saved for Max. And so it's like, oh, so now all the free agency happy and you back out on me, and now no team can afford to trade for Max.
Yes, Eric DaCosta, you are a wanted man, my friend.
Dude, like I said, I generally would have no dog in this hunt. I generally would be screw the Raiders. But in this particular case, I'm not. Because I just think this comes down to the fundamental of what's right and what's wrong in the NFL.
So it's It's a wild situation. On a completely unrelated note, thanks for it's going to be wild to me seeing Isaiah Pacheco in a Lions jersey. It's going to be so wild.
Yeah, I think
his press conference was so fucking funny, where he's just like, first conversation with Dan on the phone, I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go, and he's just screaming on the phone. Oh, he's going to fit right in.
So I saw that, and I was like, I liked Pacheco. He was one of my favorite players on the team. Just because of how much shit he talked when he got drafted. And he's like, I'm coming to take a grown man's job. And this was a 7th-round draft pick saying this.
Yes.
This wasn't like a first-round draft pick. This is a 7th-round draft pick that said he's coming to take a grown man's job.
And again, he took Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's job.
Yeah. By the end of the season, he was the starting running back of the Kansas City Chiefs. Ended his first season after being a 7th-round draft pick. That just doesn't happen very often. So I really liked him. But I think the Chiefs did okay when it comes to the running back position.
Yeah. You got Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, Michigan State alum. You'll do very, very well with them, I'm sure.
So let me tell you about Kenneth Walker. He was my favorite running back coming out that season. I think I've told you this. He was my favorite running back coming out that season. And I was like, man, some team is going to get a diamond. And Seattle got him. And literally every year, my first franchise is with Seattle because of Kenneth Walker Jr. My whole goal is always to get the rushing record with him. But honestly, the way franchise is set up, by the time he turns 29, that dude's dropping like 10 points every year. But whatever.
And it's going to be interesting, too, with Kenneth Walker III because of the fact that, like, he had to play second fiddle to Charbonnet a lot of the times, where you saw him get pulled out in goal line situations. So to see what Kansas City does with him in a situation where I feel like you get like a lot more ability to like break him out, I feel like, I don't know. I'm interested to see how he plays there.
I am excited of what Mahomes is going to do when basically people can't just drop back in the zones anymore.
Yes, and knowing that if there's going to be a run play, it's not going to be him. He doesn't. You don't have to run for your life anymore, dude. Thank God, because you can't run. His run, the way he runs, pisses me off.
Kenneth Walker Jr. or third may end up being the reason Patrick Mahomes' career extends, even though it's only a 3-year deal, and he's probably not going to get another deal past that. Let's be real. How running backs work. He over the next few years, if let's just say Mahomes is taking 30% less hits because of our running game, I mean, that extends careers. So I'm very excited about that. This was the first week of free agency, and I understand all you wrestling fans are here for some spicy.
They're like it's revolution. They're like it's Revolution Week, and you got you talking football.
Well, like, yes, but the start of the NFL year happened on the 11th, literally yesterday. So we do apologize if this is boring you. We still like you. You're still awesome, but we just wanted to make sure that we talk a little shit, you know?
Absolutely.
All right. And Winston is staring at me through the door, so I think we're good to start talking about wrestling.
Yeah, so we got, obviously, so much to get to, guys. It is Revolution Week. It is time to touch on everything, give our predictions, talk about the go-home show that we just had. So a lot. And
why they should never do a press conference again.
Yes, and we will talk about that. Or at least not do a press conference like the way they did.
It just doesn't it doesn't make for good TV.
We will get to it. Before we get into everything, guys, though, we appreciate all the support you guys give us. It really means the world to us. If you continue to download this show, turn automatic downloads on, whether you listen to us on YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, rate, review, subscribe, share us around with your friends, family, coworkers, whoever you wish. Leave a review if you're so inclined, and follow us on Twitter. We are at ATElitePod. You can also check out our lovely Social Suplex friends. Go to @SocialSuplex on Twitter. They got all of their podcasts that you guys can check out, including ours. So show some support to our Social Suplex friends. I am at Austin Sumowitz, SZUMOWICZ. Floyd is at Floyd Johnson Jr. on Twitter. Go to sign up for the Social Suplex newsletter. You can find that in the link in the description of this show. Big news of the week is AEW Revolution Week is here. Obviously, that's just That's just what it is. But then also, Floyd, I was interested if you wanted to touch on, was it Watch AEW, the new streaming site that they've got set up?
Yes, those two things I wanted to set up.
MyAEW.com, yes.
So yeah, two things I wanted to hit up when it comes to that. First of all, I was a guest on the AEW Match Guide where we did a draft of the AEW roster on the Social Suplex Podcast Network with old Mr. Sam Brown. I think I drafted a good group, but everyone should go listen to the show. Tell us what you think. I think, I got some solid votes on people that thought I had a good group, and Sam did a really good job. Sam is more, I think he's more in line with certain parts of the fan base than I am, but the people that like Mox and Hangman, which I am not aligned in that group at all. Actually, I don't mind Mox. I don't really have a problem with Mox. So, so I wanted to throw that out there. The second one was what you brought up, the My AEW. Now, people are confused, and I want to make sure so you're not confused. My AEW is anybody can download it. Anybody can log in. But as far as accessing what they have, this is for international people. This is basically WWE Network for the international fans. Mm-hmm. All AEW's contracts in America or whatever, licensing in America, whatever you want to call it, is through Prime, of course, HBO Max is the big one. And then through Prime and through other ways. So if you're in America, get HBO Max or order it through Prime. That's pretty much the way to do it, right? But internationally, they were going to Triller. It was literally, you would have to go to AEW's page and it'd have, well, if you're in America, you're in Canada, this is how you do it. If you're in the UK, this is how you do it.
Go to YouTube.
If you go to Australia, if you're in China, this is how you, it was literally very confusing. So this is not for US and Canada. This is for everywhere else. You just sign up for My AEW, get your subscription. It's is it $9.99 a month?
Specifically, I didn't see what the price point was. The only thing I saw when I first went to it, because I was just curious, is that the one thing you can access if you are in the States and Canada, that is completely free to basically everybody who wants to make an account and check it out, is that they have a Watch AEW channel, basically, which is just running episodes of Dynamite in sequential order, they're on nonstop.
Season 1, episode 11 right now.
Yeah, so they're just running that in sequential order, basically.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So you get access to a channel that's just playing these things. You also can, I believe, watch any old version of pay-per-views. Looks like there's ROH highlights, podcasts, all sorts of stuff in there, right?
Yep, and they've got apparently a podcast network thing they're also going to add as well.
So, there you go. It is going to be good. I was looking for the prices so I could go over prices. Because I thought when I saw them, I was like, oh, okay, I'm out. So, the streaming service is $7.99 a month or weekly TV, or $19.99 a month. $19.90 a month that includes pay-per-views. What that means $20 a month times 12. Do the math. Or you can pay $120 and just be done with it.
Correct.
So $19.99 over $20 over 12 months. Let's do the math. 20 times 12 is $240. For literally half that price, you can get the whole year for $119.99. So that's the option. If you're going to do this, that's the option. Okay? That's the one you do. HBO Max pay-per-views, $39.99. You know how that goes. You know, $49.99 if you're going through like Amazon Prime. So, but yeah, this my AEW thing is weekly TV. You get weekly TV on it. You get, if you're doing the $19.99 a month, you get all the pay-per-views, which is 9 pay-per-views. So it really is like very cheap to do, because if you think about it, and I'm not okay, I'm using the wrong word. It's affordable. It is reasonable, not cheap. It's not cheap by any means.
No.
So I want to use that word. These are affordable. These are reasonable prices. It's a discount in a lot of ways, unless you just like dip your toe in and bring it out. It's a discount in a lot of ways, but it's a way for international fans and people with VPNs to watch AEW. I only bring that up because we know people are going to do it that way. You know what I mean? So
sure, yeah.
I mean, it is, if you want to have a VPN and you sign into whatever. I haven't done it. I'm strictly HBO Max. But if you get a VPN and you sign into my AEW, you get the whole year for $120. That's going to save you a shit ton of money. Money's money. You know, when it comes down to AEW, money's money. So I think they prefer you not to do it the right way, which, you know, what we do. But, you know, it is what it is. Do what's best for your pocketbooks in this particular case.
That's basically what it is, yes.
Yeah, so my AEW, though, is it's a big step forward for AEW because with the Paramount situation and everything like that, we don't know.
Exactly. We don't know if that goes through, if they're going to get merged with Paramount Plus with Max. We don't know anything. We're still very much waiting for all the details of everything once this whole thing goes through, which it hasn't yet. So it's going to be within I'm sure in a few months or so, it's going to be an interesting time, basically, where we figure out exactly how this affects how we consume AEW content.
Yes, so I just I don't know, this seems like a base in case anything happens in the future. I'm hoping AEW, of course, is safe and always on the Turner Broadcast Networks, but you know what? Nothing's guaranteed. Yeah. So this is a cool place, and it's my AEW. They got the site. They got all of that. So, you know, it's cool. It's cool. I went to the page. I signed in. I knew I couldn't sign up, but I signed in just to get a visual of it, and I think it looks pretty cool. So if you're international and you happen to be listening to the show, make sure you check out the My AEW app.
There you go. We're going to real quickly touch on a couple things from Collision, some big things mainly. The first thing that we have to touch on is, oh my God, they did the thing. They literally did the thing. Tommaso Ciampa at the top of the entrance ramp had his arm around fucking Mark Briscoe, and I was like, no, they're not going to do the thing. And he did the thing. They literally recreate Tommaso Ciampa's heel turn from the golden days of NXT. The only thing that it was missing was the AEW courtesy to pop up and do the fake out. I would have died if they did that, even though it wasn't even the end of the show yet. Like, there was still other stuff that was happening on Collision. Like, Swerve was wrestling Gravity afterwards. So it would have made no sense for the courtesy to pop up, but it would have been fucking funny. But more than anything, oh, Tommaso Ciampa's heel in AEW. This is exactly what I wanted. Like, I'm glad that they had Ciampa, you know, have his little babyface moment, get the TNT Championship when he arrived. This is it. And getting applauded by FTR in the ring as it happened. Oh, yes. Baldy, go meet Baldy. Team with Baldy. And just, dude, yes. Yes.
In my mind, there's only one way this ends, with Johnny Gargano joining AEW and we eventually getting DIY versus FTR. That's the only way this ends. But for now, FTR has a psycho killer on his side, and that makes me so happy.
Right, and yes, and then again, now it's 3 ball to 1 hair. in the group too, because we do count Big Stoke. We don't forget about Big Stoke.
And if the toothless Briscoe knew his place, he'd be right next to us. He has hair. He doesn't have hair. Why is he, trying to team up with those haired freaks, the Young Bucks? Come over to the world of no hair. It's warm. The water is warm. You can feel the breeze across your head. It's amazing. But he made a terrible mistake. I guess he missed getting Shatter Machined. So we can oblige him. And team, come on, Ciampa, welcome to the team. And you know what? And I love a swerve. Like, I love on TV when the guy is with you all this time and he's standing next to you, and like at the end of the season you find out he was a bad guy the whole time. I mean, they sped run this one, but yeah, I loved it. I was like, Psycho Killer, and I loved how he said, I've been holding myself back for who I truly am. I was like, yeah, no one will survive.
No one will survive.
I don't know his music in AEW yet. It's a pretty cool entrance. I just have no idea what the music is at this point in time.
Yeah. I like it. It's just like, I like it when it actually kicks into gear. The humming part is cool, but it takes too long is my only thing. So, but that's such a minor thing. But the other thing we want to touch on specifically with Collision was the tag team championship match between FTR versus the Rascals.
FTR versus the Rascals. Okay. This is me putting on my little critical hat. It was good, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, it was a Collision match.
But they've had some fire-ass Collision matches.
They have. No, they have.
And
it's
I just
a typical
felt like,
one, though.
Yeah, I just felt like, it's like, I don't know how to put it, because I don't want it to sound rude. It just felt like the foot wasn't all the way down on the gas. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, we got a match in us, and it's going to be a banger, but we don't want to give it to you yet. You know what I mean?
Make you wait. We're going to make you wait. We're going to make you want it.
Because I will say this. Everybody thinks, my head's up. FTR has a better match with the Rascals than this. The Rascals have a better match with FTR. I have seen them both on a nightly basis be better than they were Saturday. I thought they were good. I thought they were good. Don't get me wrong. Good. But FTR has set the standard of great.
Yes.
That's on them. You know what I mean? They've set the standard of great. And the Rascals, I was like, man, they're little quick dudes. They fly around. That's the perfect contrast for FTR. The only thing I can think of, and this is me taking off my fan hat and trying to pretend like I'm backstage or whatever, a great FTR and Rascals match is not going to be the same, but it's going to look similar to a great FTR and Young Bucks match. So maybe they were holding something back, so the focus is on the FTR Young Bucks match. Again, I'm an idiot. I don't know shit. That's me guessing. I want to make that sure that's clear. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not. But it just didn't feel like this match ever hit the high gear. And
watching it, I was definitely seeing it because I was like, I turned it on because I wanted to see that match and see Ciampa wrestle, and then got rewarded for watching by seeing the heel turn, which is why I'm glad that they're putting big shit on Collision again. And again, for them leading off with that match had me immediately excited. But yes, you kind of watch this match and you're going like, I know I'm watching good wrestling. That's easy to understand, and the work that they put in the match was apparent. But man, I know for a fact that if this was a pay-per-view, y'all would be like, I know you can take the lid off this thing and go.
Dude, I feel like it was the main event of the show, maybe. It just felt like this was just a match to get to the next match. And like I said, it was good, but there are some people out there that keep notebooks all year of matches of the year. If I had a notebook, this match would not be in my notebook.
Yes.
It would have been like, okay, this match happened on Collision. I'll remember it, but unfortunately, I think I was a victim of my own excitement,
I think that's a thing, yeah.
You know, like I was like, oh, Rascals versus FTR. Even when the Rascals beat them, you know, I'm not one of those weird dudes, oh, my team can't ever lose or whatever. Dude, a perfectly well executed loss works well for a story. So FTR,
especially when you're cheering for heels, guys. Let's be frank about this.
Yeah, especially when you cheer for a bad guy. You're going to lose big matches a lot of times. So when they lost to them, I was like, great. I was immediately like, oh my God, they're going to put on a banger for the title match. That's exactly where my brain went. And then it was just like, I saw this match. And you may hear this as disappointment. It wasn't disappointment. It's just, I know another match is coming. I know another banger is coming. I don't know when it's coming. I don't know how it's coming. I know it's because I've even said it. I don't know how I'm going to put in my predictions on this for the show. But I wanted this to be FTR's legacy reign, and I wanted it to end with either Jet Speed or the Rascals. I make a new team. That's my big thing. If anybody asks me why I want FTR to win this weekend, it's just like, dude, I just want them to win so they can make somebody new. Because the foundation of this tag team division has been FTR and the Young Bucks. Unfortunately, too long. We really need to start building up another team because teams dipped their toe in like the Hurt Syndicate. Teams dipped their toe in like Brodito. But who is this going to be that new established tag team that we're going to start thinking about on the levels of FTR and the Young Bucks? And that has to happen. I'm not ready for either one of these tag teams to go away. I want to make it clear. I want them to build themselves a new rival that we see on that level. And I think they were doing it with Jurassic Express, but Luchasaurus unfortunately got hurt. So I'm hoping he can get well soon. But yeah, we really need to start getting those second tier tag teams to be considered first tag teams. Because I'm thinking, as a fan, I'm thinking about the long-term goal of AEW, and you don't want to be in a position where another company is, where a bunch of your stars are retiring all at the same time, and you're like, we haven't built the next guys. And if you listen to Keeping It Strong Style, this is not me taking a shot. Keeping It Strong Style said they were saying build new stars, build new stars, build new stars for years in New Japan. Now all these people left and all these people retired, and they don't consider themselves having true stars. That's what the New Japan podcast said. That's not me saying it. I want to make sure this is clear, that I'm not taking shots at New Japan, because that's not what I'm here to do. WWE is doing the same thing. They're like, okay, we're retiring this guy, John Cena. We're retiring AJ Styles. Rey Mysterio's probably not far behind. All these people. Okay, where are the new stars coming from? Where are the new people that we're going to be putting on the marquee at WrestleMania with Cody, with Roman, with the other people in that main event picture? So you don't want to be in that situation. So I just really want AEW to really start thinking about who that next tag team's going to be.
Yeah, and even in, like you mentioned, the tag team situation too, but I know there was a couple people I saw that were complaining that the world title picture, like when they had that promo segment where it was Hangman, Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, and MJF, and they were like, these are the four guys that are always in the world title picture. Like, where's the new blood basically being in the world title picture? Like, they thought this was the spot where you would insert in a Kyle Fletcher or a Ricochet or, you know, something of that, like, of that level, you know what I mean? Maybe a speedball Mike Bailey, like, you know what I mean? But, like, they put, I mean, again, not concerned for Kyle Fletcher even remotely. Like, he's holding the TNT Championship. The moment he loses that, he will be in the world title picture. I'm almost certain of that. But I can understand the concern with that, too, because, again, what you said, we've seen in other companies, and the biggest focus is that, you know, you've got top guys right now. That's the thing. AEW in the singles division, not struggling for top guys, or top girls for that matter. Like, they're doing well in that regard. Tag teams, like Floyd said, needs more established tag teams to give FTR people to wrestle, basically, because you're starting to run a little bit thin.
Yeah, and it's just like, what happens? Where's the tag team rivalries not about the tag team belts. Remember, we had Best Friends and Proud and Powerful and Best Friends. We've had we've had different feuds that didn't have the belts, and it's just like, just reminding you. And on Collision, there was a $200,000 four-way that Private Party won, and if they're getting behind Private Party, great, because at this point, I don't care who. Get behind someone.
You got wrestlers who aren't wrestling. You got old tag teams that aren't wrestling. Like, I'm of the mindset, basically, like right now, the only reason the Dark Order exists is as a, like, not even trying to say, like, a situation. The Dark Order exists as a memoriam and out of respect of Brody Lee. But outside of that, it's also kind of tough for the guys that are in that faction because they can't, outside of Preston Vance, he's the only one who's gone out and done other stuff with him going to the frat house. But like John Silver, Evil Uno, you know, all the other guys that have been in.
John Silver had a fan base.
Yes.
He had a fan base. And he was like this darling, and I don't know. I honestly can say that. I don't know what happened because he had a fan base. Like, like people Johnny Hungry came out and they loved him. And then I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So, but like in those groups that like aren't doing anything to, I'm also of the mindset of like, if you're, and that's just also like, you know, I like creative people. I like creative inventors and stuff like that. If you're not doing anything with your current character, reinvent yourself.
Correct.
Like come up with a different idea. Try to like find a way to change up what you're doing to try to find a niche or find a gimmick or find something that connects with the audience. I feel like it's always of the mindset like you can only be the gimmick that you had a little bit of heat with for so long before people just do not care or remember who you are.
Yeah. And, you know, it's...
And that applies to all wrestling, not just AEW. And we're not trying to, like, we're not using this as a platform to be like, oh, no, AEW is, like, we're shitting on AEW for certain reasons. We're just saying more so of the mindset of just, like, looking way down the line.
Into the future. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Looking way down the line just to future-proof your company.
Yes.
Moving forward.
I don't think FTR or the Bucks are retiring within the next year or anything like that. I'm just saying, looking at the future, we know who the future of AEW's singles division is. We know there's Kyle Fletcher. We know there's Takeshita, Kevin Knight, Kevin Knight, Nick Wayne, Speedball, Lee Moriarty. I mean, dude, there's singles people. You can see clearly.
Sammy Guevara's still there.
Yeah, and he's not old. You can see the clear future of the men's division. And MJF is I think he just turned 30. So, yeah, he got another
MJF
10
is
in.
He's not ready to slow down.
Yeah, so I look at the singles division and I'm like, yeah, great shape. Tag team division, I'm looking at like, okay, where's the young tag teams that are going to stay a tag team? Because as much as I like Jet Speed, I think there is definitely a shelf life. I think Kevin Knight's future is as a singles wrestler. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's like they're in a spot where those guys can break off and do stuff, and they already have been.
Yes.
So we need those teams like your private parties, like your best friends, like your fucking Jurassic Expresses that can just be pinned together, and you know they're going to be quality. You know they're going to be consistently in the tag division, and they can build storylines in the division.
Yeah, I think I'm almost excited as Austin for Colton to get back because I thought...
significantly. Yeah, dude, I thought the Guns were going to be like taking a huge step.
I thought the Guns would be on that FTR and Young Bucks level by now, and everybody's like, well, they're not as good as them. Well, again, there's room for all sorts of different acts. You know what I mean?
Top Flight, I thought was going to make a huge
I thought Top Flight was the future of the tag.
When Darius came back from injury, I'm like, here we go. Dante got hurt, and I'm like, motherfucker.
And as soon as they put him with Scorpio Sky, I'm like, they're not going to win. And no diss to Scorpio Sky, one of the foundation members of AEW.
I love Scorpio.
But his position right now is a guy that loses a lot.
Yes.
So when you get attached to a guy that loses a lot, guess what's probably going to happen to you?
You're going to lose a lot.
You're going to lose a lot. So at some point, we got to flip the switch on one of these tag teams. And I'm not saying, and the big thing is I don't want to happen what happens to other tag teams. Not a tag team, not a tag team, not a tag team win the tag team titles.
Yes.
You should start building them up.
You've heard Floyd complain too much about tag teams that aren't tag teams. Yeah. And again, I mean, Bro Dito wasn't even a tag team. They just got paired together, and because of how good they are, they immediately became one of the top tag teams out there because there aren't established tag teams in AEW.
And I flat out said it when they lost the title. Bye, we'll never see you again. And they have each other back, but yeah.
Exactly. I do like that still has that continuity, but very rarely, I think, are we going to actively see them still wrestle as a tag team.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, they lost their tag belts. How about getting them back? No, I want to be the world champion. And it's just like, to me, it immediately makes the tag team belt seem like a secondary thing, which it shouldn't be. And
again, too, like I said, in terms of the guys that are going to explode forward in the future, Bandito and Brody are in that conversation too.
Yes, and there is
specifically Bandito, I think.
Absolutely, and there's a new version of the tag belts. I don't know if we talked about this last week.
Yeah, they did make a new one.
And it's cool because the nameplates have been changed. The side plates have been changed, and one is them doing the Meltzer driver, and one of them doing the Shatter Machine. So it is a shout out to FTR and the Young Bucks, the foundation of this tag team division. And I completely agree. I mean, as far as all time, they're 1 and 2 as far as my favorite tag teams. So I want to make that clear. But when I say we need more, because there was a time where we had FTR, the Young Bucks, Proud and Powerful, and the Lucha Bros in this company at the same time. We had 4 marquee tag teams, 4 people that you could put in the main event or Dynamite or Collision next week. I mean, at any time. Who's going to be Team 3 and Team 4 going in the future that the company is then going to be able to build around?
Yes.
All right.
We've rambled around enough about that. We'll go ahead and we'll get into Dynamite. This is honestly going to be a pretty quick Dynamite to touch on in terms of our go-home show. Took place in San Jose, California. Opened up with Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley, Death Riders, teaming up to face Konosuke Takeshita and Hechicero of the Don Callis family. This is a solid match. We tease everything with Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita, with them tagging in and facing off with one another. I will say, leading the way in this match, it felt like the whole way was Hechicero and Claudio. These guys were the MVP of this match. It was solid. I thought it was really, really enjoyable. Hard hitting. Obviously, comes into a whole bunch of physicality. I love the spot where Claudio comes in and immediately intercepts a strike from Konosuke with a rolling European uppercut. Eventually, though, the match gets to a point where Hechicero comes up and drops Castagnoli, get around his neck with his leg, gets backslide, almost runs into the referee. And then that's when Claudio actually pokes Hechicero in the eye, small package, steals the win. Just the typical Death Rider stuff, but, still as baby faces. It was funny, though, because the crowd was very much like, oh, even though, these are technically the baby faces now. And then we had some after-match shenanigans. But in terms of an opening match, I thought it was a good opening match. It wasn't anything unreal levels of insanity. And then my other favorite spot, too, was when, I don't know if Hechicero's done this a lot, but Claudio's running towards Hechicero, and he gets flipped up by his legs over top of the rope, and he lands to the floor. The height Claudio gets is wild. The setup seems a little contrived. I don't really care, because it looks cool.
Absolutely. It was funny because they did a interview with Jon Moxley where he talked to Renee and was talking about the origins of the Death Riders and him surrounding himself around people. And he's like, Pac is a professional, Claudio is this. You know, he put over everybody in the group. I think except Daniel Garcia. He talked about Yuta being his son. He talked about Claudio. He talked about Pac. I can honestly remember what he said about everybody, but I can't remember what he said about Daniel Garcia. But whatever. They're all with him. And it was funny because how he described him, then they went and had this match, and it's like, oh my God. Like, Claudio is never going to be in anyone's top 5 wrestler list, but he should probably be in everybody's top 5 wrestler list. Like, when you think about, like, always being in the right position, like, when's the last time Claudio has had a quote-unquote, and I'm only using this word for effect, botch? You know what I mean? You'd be hard-pressed to find it, right?
Yes.
So he is consistently great. And whenever he wants to have, you know, whenever they book him in a thing to have a great match, it's always a match you remember. And it was just like this match. Yeah, they went out there and banged. And there was a story going on here. And, you know, hechicero, which I found out, is the Mexican word for sorcerer. JR hooked me up with that. Yeah, so he, like, literally, when they say he's, you know, like, doing the wizard shit, that is true. Hechicero means sorcerer. Did not know that. Don't get mad at me. I don't know a lot of Spanish. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, let me make sure. I didn't know if this was common knowledge. I mean, Excalibur has probably said it like 6 times, and I just never paid attention to it. And
I mean, fucking Excalibur says a lot of words.
Yes, and then Takeshi's in there banging like he does, and the story of this match, even though the match was solid, was the aftermatch where Takeshi did not want the Don Callis family to cheat.
Well, and also let's be frank here too. Like Lance Archer just straight up bodied Marina Shafir, and I was like,
home run,
bro,
dude.
I was like, what the fuck,
dude. That was my highlight of the night, just because it's just this AEW's different. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I know you can see it on Indies, and TNA does it sometimes. But good Lord, he just walloped her. It was just like, nah, you're not a woman. You're a person in my way right now. And that's it.
That's what it was.
And it was
he just saw you are an enemy and you will fall like the rest.
You are a human in my way. So I thought that was so very cool. And he's a giant man, and he has the loaded cast. He has the loaded cast now. I feel like that's going to come into some matches.
Mm-hmm. But yes, afterwards they've got Moxley basically right where they want him, and they have a steel chair, and they set up Takeshita basically to use the steel chair on Moxley, so that way he's basically fucked for when they wrestle at Revolution. And Takeshita stops the whole thing from happening. He's like, nope, we're not doing this. We've done enough. No more. It is done. So he just tells them straight up, that's it. I'm not going any further than this, and I want to beat him on my terms.
So, and
the Don Callis family is absolutely irate about this. Well, specifically the wrestlers. And Don's trying to keep the peace, and eventually is just like, fuck, and then just runs off to the back.
And you know what's funny? This babyface turn did not start in AEW.
Uh-huh.
In the G1, in New Japan, he had Rocky with him. Rocky never cheated. He was like, he told Don when he had his matches for the title, I want you to stay back. I got this kind of situation. So this turn has started in a different company, and now it's coming through. It's not that he's a good guy, quote unquote.
No.
He just doesn't want to cheat. He just doesn't want help. He thinks he is the best wrestler in the world to a level where he doesn't think the cheating is needed. Now, is it going to turn into babyface? Absolutely. But the idea is that all it is that he just doesn't want to cheat. And even in it, you can see how he's separating himself. He's over here Protocata is over there. He's kind of went away from Kyle. He's kind of been pulling himself, if you're paying attention, been pulling himself away from being in the Don Callis family for months, and now it's starting to come to a head.
Yes, this has been kind of like slowly being set up, and they've teased it with his feud with Okada and a few other things too. Like it's been setting up. We've been waiting to see stuff like this.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm excited. You know, him being my favorite wrestler is great, but you know, I don't. Again, you know, I'm not all about the baby faces. So we're gonna see how this
not
works.
Normally, but that's
because baby faces are so stupid. They're so
I know. You say it all the time. Yeah. But now you can hear him talk about Cinnabon again.
Yes. Oh, dude. Yeah. So like wrestling. See, I've had to make a new wrestling bucket list. Whatever. Had to make a new wrestling bucket. That's the thing on it. Have Cinnabon with Takeshita is definitely on it. Get him a big old Cinnabon and let's just, you know, go to town on it. I mean, he's going to go work out afterwards. I'm just going to go lay down. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
We had two quick little promo segments before the next match. First one was just a little bit of a back and forth between Persephone and Willow before their match later in the night. Kyle Fletcher was talking about MJF, and Fletcher was called a beautiful man, and basically was reminded that Bayley kicked him in the face. So Fletcher beat the absolute shit out of Bayley, and is what MJF was asking Fletcher to do for him. And Fletcher's like, Maxwell, I do not take orders from you, and I'm going to beat him up so bad for myself, not for you. And MJF basically says, Callis, you should teach your guy how to talk to the world champion. And then that's when he leaves. And Fletcher's like, we better not be working for that motherfucker, basically. And he's like, no, are you crazy? No, absolutely not. So no, let's get hyped up, basically. So obviously Kyle's like, no. Which, it's good to know that there's a bit of a moral compass with Kyle. He's a dickhead, but he's not MJF levels dickhead. There's not many people that are, but it's good to know where you're kind of like on the dickhead scale.
No, I feel like it's a little different. MJF is Lex Luthor right now. Kyle Fletcher thinks he's Lex Luthor. He wants to be MJF. MJF is just in his way. So he's not going to like MJF because he wants to be him eventually. You get what I mean?
He wants that spot so bad.
Yes, he wants his spot. That's why he wasn't friendly with. Not because he's like, oh, I'm a good guy and you're not. No,
I know.
I'm worse than you. I'm worse than you. And you got my spot. You got my belt, you little bitch.
Yes. I'm trying to make nice because Fletcher's my boy. I love Fletcher. I will vouch for my boy.
There is only one wrestler I actively root for as a good guy, and he's not currently in AEW. But the Ospreay is coming. I just think his character. I thought he was really good in the United Empire and New Japan when I watch him. But I just think he has the most natural face character ever.
Oh my God, yes!
It's like you want to root for him. I root for bad guys, but I root for Will Ospreay. Like that's how.
Listen, you see Will Ospreay get drunk on a cruise ship one time, and then you're a fan for life,
dude.
That's how it works.
Will Ospreay is, so, you know.
I'm so special.
Yeah, he's the guy I'm going to root for. So, yes.
We go into the TNT Championship match. Speedball Mike Bailey challenging Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship. He was flanked by Mark Davis and Kazuchika Okada and Don Callis, who went on commentary for the match. This match was full of kicks. So many kicks, so many strikes. The Poison Rana on the apron looked fucking vicious. Especially love the spot where he's like, you guys should watch this, and then immediately doesn't see Speedball jumping and moonsaulting out of the ring onto him. Always love it when, you know, heel wrestlers are talking shit and then don't see something coming. There was a unreal spot where, you know, they were setting up basically for Fletcher up top, and he gets Poison Rana off of the top rope, and the landing was unreal. The sell was unreal as he then staggers up to his feet and then gets hit with that crazy finisher kick that he has, that Speedball has. Still kicks out. There were so many near falls. It felt like within like a 2-minute span of the final moments of the match, where you just didn't know when the fuck the match was gonna finish.
Dude, what I was missing in this match is Jim Ross over there saying if he was wearing shoes, he probably would have won the match then. It was missing. It was missing. I needed it.
He would have gotten so frustrated with the near falls.
Yes. He would have, and it would have been amazing.
Yes. It would have been so funny. So physical, so entertaining. They were really focusing up onto working on the arm of Fletcher for a bit of the match as well. But eventually, as it's reached a peak, I don't like it when it happens a lot. I'm okay with it more on TV than I am on pay-per-view. But the crowd is so into this match and so excited to see it finish. And then Fletcher, with the help of his Don Callis family members, cheats to win thanks to distraction from Okada. And he retains the TNT Championship. And crowd is pissed. And honestly, good heat. Good heat. Good, really, really good TV match. Really, really good TV match with a screwy finish, which also sets up for an inevitable rematch or just another shot for Speedball to go after the TNT champion, whoever it is, when he tries out for it again. Really, really, really good match.
I don't remember as crisply as I did. Did Kevin Knight come out to help Speedball?
No.
See why I'm not?
He did not.
You know, see why I don't root for faces? That's why. Right there. Right there. Moving on.
Moving on. Like I said, match itself was amazing. Brody King squashed G.I. Jewel, and he was walking around talking about how Swerve, like, I'm coming for you, basically. And then eventually, as he's talking and high-fiving crowd and fan members, he gets choked out by somebody in a mask with a chain. Now, if only there was like 13 other masked men and they would have been able to match what happened on Raw.
The cool thing about this was he was wearing. The cool thing about this is he was wearing Brody's mask. Yes, that was cool. It was like, oh, you're not the only one that can mask up, brother.
Yes. Oh, and we've seen that dude wear masks before. Do we have to go back to when Swerve had the damn like crazy ass red sticky up mask he wore when he first turned heel?
Yes.
That shit was nuts. So he's got the chain. He's choking him out. Same chain he used to choke him out and hold him like a dog a couple weeks ago. That's when Brody has the chain around his neck and rips it apart into pieces, and then proceeds to wrap the chain around his arm after he hits the cannonball on Swerve, and he's looking like he's gonna choke out Swerve in the ropes. That's when Prince Nana comes up to stop him. He swats him away, but then the distraction allows Swerve to pull down Brody's arm, get out, break free, run his way up the ramp. Good bit of revenge right there for Brody after what took place the last time these two saw each other.
Swerve choking out Brody, telling you the rant against Bandito was in the pocket. I'm like, I was ready to come in here to destroy Bandito. And then he turned the chain and he came back and he got the best of Swerve. Yes. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, man, I'll tell you, Austin. If we're together anywhere, some dude comes start choking me with the chain, and you don't at least call the police or jump on his back or some shit, me and you are going to fight when I wake up. Okay?
Okay. here's where that happens, though, dog. Anytime that happens, like if we're together and a fight breaks out, they aren't fighting you. They are fighting me.
Exactly. But I'm just saying.
So that's how that works.
I'm saying I'm jumping the person that didn't jump in. But this actually played really well. The chain thing did not look hokey. They did the chain thing close enough that it didn't look like it was, obviously, not a real chain or anything like that. They did it. I thought this was executed well. Like, there was a lot of, stuff like that, like stuff like that.
They protected it well.
I thought the wrestling magic of this came off really, really good.
Yeah, no, and it turned out to be a really cool spot.
Dude, kid me? 5-year-old me would have been freaking out, like
losing it.
He just tore a chain. You would have had me the next day with my bicycle chain, trying to rip it, trying to be like Brody. Yeah, how did he do it? But older Floyd can just respect. It looked really cool.
And shout out once again, I always love shouting it out too. The crowd did do the fuck Ice chants when Brody came out, but even at the top of the show, I love the new addition that San Jose did. Fuck Don Callis, fuck Ice too. I'm like, wow, we're pairing this up with the same. Damn.
Hey, Don Callis.
Don, they hate you as much as they hate Ice. Like that means they're doing your job well.
Don Callis,
unlike Ice.
Don Callis does this great job of giving nothing to cheer about, right? Like, I love Paul Heyman, and I think he's probably one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. But he had his catchphrase. My name is Paul Heyman. He had that catchphrase. So as much as he's a bad guy, people still like to, cheer him because they want to hear his catchphrase. They root. Yes. They can't wait for Paul Heyman to come out and do his catchphrase. Ooh, Don Callis does not have that at all. He is booed from the time he styled. He is booed from the time he speaks. If he thinks the fans are about to cheer him, he's going to do something else to make them hate him. It is like he's so excellent at his job. He understands being a heel like someone that's been in the wrestling business for like 100 years or whatever. Like, yeah. So now I thought it's like one of those things. He's awesome. So yeah.
Yes. Speedball Mike Bailey then cut a promo after his match with Kyle Fletcher, basically saying he vows to get vengeance, and when he teams with Kevin Knight and Mystico, they're going to get what they deserve at Revolution. We then go into the Dogs going into a tag team match, Gabe Kidd and David Finlay versus Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. The one thing from this match specifically, somebody tweeted it out, and the account name is YOXCECE, or Kenny Omega, AKJGAE, whatever your Twitter name is. They called it, "This is the fuck you die combo." And it's this combination of moves that were done to Darby Allin by David Finlay and Gabe Kidd. Backbreaker onto Darby. He gets thrown into a massive elbow strike by Gabe Kidd. David Finlay then picks him up and spikes him on his belly, and then Gabe picks him up and pile drivers him into oblivion. It's just fuck you die. Darby just thrown around like a goddamn rag doll by these two guys who hate his guts.
Yes. And I will say this. Never been the biggest David Finlay fan, and I'm not going to say that every week. I'm not going to reiterate that I'm not a fan of David Finlay. But the Dogs, the War Dogs, whatever you want to call them, is a much more intimidating group with him in it. That simple, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And he's an excellent wrestler. That's what I think people get lost on, because he doesn't have what you call traditional charisma, because he actually has a good look. If you look at him, he's built, he has a physique, he has the weird haircut and all that stuff, but
he's got the shillelagh.
Yeah, he has the shillelagh. He has a lot of stuff. He has a lot of stuff should work. But when I watch him, I'm just like, eh. But when he has Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors with him, I'm like, all right. And I honestly thought he performed really well in this match. Now, I do think me and JR were talking earlier, and he's like, I'm always going to see him as lowercase Jay White. Because I will say this. When you look at the Bullet Club leaders, one leader never looked like the other, right? It was Finn Balor, and then it was Kenny Omega, right? Then it was Kenny Omega and then Jay White. They're all three different personalities. Then Jay White got replaced with David Finlay, who really was very similar to Jay White. Out of all the things that had kind of changed, he was very similar to Jay White, but, you know, it is what it is. So I do think he does bring an aesthetic to the Dogs, but I hope he can get over in whatever way he can in there, but I do think there's another dog coming. I don't know who it's going to be, but I feel like there's another dog coming.
Yeah, no, it feels like it's got to be added on to, because there just has to be more dogs. There just has to be more dogs, it feels like.
But yes, did we talk about the finish?
Yeah, the finish itself comes together. Orange Cassidy trying to set up for an orange punch. He gets taken out with a tire iron by Clark Connors in the back, who runs in from the crowd, basically. That causes for the War Dogs to help get the victory with, again, Darby getting hit with a jumping pile driver. That was part of the fuck you die combo. Then Connors then throws Orange Cassidy back into the ring, spears him. They then pose over Orange Cassidy. Ref gets pushed out. They point to the aisle. Roderick Strong walks up. They have Orange Cassidy. Throw him right to Roddy. Never liked this dude. Always just like fucking irritated. He looks like he's going to do the end of Heartache.
And I thought he was going to join the Dogs. I really did.
Yes.
I did not see what was coming.
Threw him right through Orange Cassidy, right into David Finlay. Knee strike, drop kick, taking down everybody. Roderick Strong, this man is full babyface. Hits Clark Connors with the end of Heartache. Helps up Orange Cassidy. OC puts up his hand for a high five. And he reciprocates the high five. We got the high five. Yeah, I thought this was honestly setting up for Roddy to be in the Dogs. It just seemed like, well, this is what he's going to do now. And he actually didn't turn on Orange Cassidy. He didn't actually throw him to the Dogs. Well, he threw him at the Dogs and then started beating up the Dogs.
The Dogs. I don't know. I think AEW, Tony Khan, you listen to the show, go ahead and just buy the name War Dogs, please. It just sounds better. War Dogs sounds better than the Dogs. There was, just buy War Dogs. Buy it. License it, whatever. They're not using it. They literally killed the War Dogs in New Japan. Just pay whatever the licensing fee is, whatever it is, and present the War Dogs. Or even got another idea. Call them the Dogs of War.
There you go.
Either way. The Dogs sounds the generic.
That's why I say it the way that I say it.
It's like, it just sounds terrible. Fix it.
Yes. We go into the TBS Championship match. Willow Nightingale facing off against the new CMLL World Women's Champion, Persephone, as we start to see, by the way, just off to the side, we're seeing the point now where we're going to see Mercedes Moné drop a lot of belts now. Like, she's doing all these appearances out there at Rev Pro and other places. She's going to be dropping a lot of those belts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, my knee is absolutely cooked. I feel like I'm 70.
You tapping out already?
Yeah, man. My knee's telling me to retire.
Bro, you're never going to feel young again if you're still rocking those crusty knee sleeves from 2005.
What?
Incrediwear, dude. The Incrediwear knee sleeve.
What the hell is that?
This is what the pros use. 4 of the last 5 NBA MVPs wore Incrediwear. It's not squeeze your knee until it's numb compression. It actually increases blood flow and speeds recovery. Less pain, better healing. And the best part? Wear it all day and walk like you're not 80.
Wait, so it's not just cutting off my circulation and hoping for the best?
Nope, it actually works. So you coming back in? Or are you going to sit there and feel old?
All right, let's go.
Stop letting your knees bench you. Go to freesocks.com, grab the Incrediwear knee sleeve, and get a free pair of Incrediwear socks. FREESOX.com and get a free pair of socks with your knee sleeve purchase. Get back in the game.
I mean, she lost to my girl Persephone, which, I don't know.
Dude, she's so fucking strong. It's ridiculous.
Dude, it's just how she picked her up and then stood up, and I was like, okay, yeah. How did that happen? Yeah. I love me some Percy. I love me some Willow. I didn't know what to do during this match because I love them so
dude,
much.
the way she can like hard carry her up and then fall over slam, like,
dude, you're not supposed to be able to do that. And
no. And then
she-
also that she sets up for like, I know it's not the Razor's Edge, but it always like looks like the Razor's Edge when someone does something like that. But holding her up for that long and walking her around is wild to me. Like it's not something that should be done.
Yeah, and then you know what I also found out about Percy? She has a degree in sports medicine.
Shouts out.
Dude, smart, strong. She looks like that. Yeah, makings of a Floyd's favorite wrestler right there. But she was always wrestling against one of my other favorite, Willow. And Willow was amazing, and I thought this match was good. Now, I did have a little confusion here.
Okay.
I'm just thinking booking. Like, Persephone is obvious, just beat Mercedes. She's obviously on a hot streak. I feel like you could build her to a big match. But instead, like 5 days later, you have her lose to Willow with a backslide and it not lead to anything. Now, it might lead to Willow fighting for the women's title in Mexico. I'm going to let it play out. But in a vacuum, it doesn't seem... It felt like this could have been anybody. It doesn't seem that it made sense that it had to be the women's champion for Mexico.
Yes. Because after the match was over, too, like we had a backstage segment, and Willow actually did set up a 0-hour match where she will be defending the TBS Championship against Lana Cross.
Yeah.
Same night that she's defending the tag titles with Harley Cameron against Megan Bayne and Lana Cross.
Yeah.
So she's facing Lana twice. I wonder if, like, maybe Persephone has something to do in either of those matches, mainly the TBS Championship match. Maybe she tries to do something there, or whatever the case may be, is always a possibility. But yeah, it feels like that Persephone showed herself to be somebody that should be given more than just like, losing via backslide. But I guess maybe they're also just trying to protect her by her losing by just a backslide.
Yes, and I didn't have a problem with that. I just felt like it could have been anyone else. This loss didn't need to be Persephone's on this day. It didn't add anything to Willow. It didn't help her, but all you did was see Persephone lose, and I was just like, why couldn't it just been anyone else? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, I would have Persephone win until you need her to lose. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been a Forbidden Door match or something like that, but it just felt like, and I won't call it throwaway. I think TV matters. That is what AEW is. It's a TV product. Don't get me wrong. It felt like when I'm watching this match and I look at it, I was like, why did this have to be Persephone? Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe it's just me pointing out something. Because, I don't care about whether she won or lost or whatever. It just felt like I thought the loss was going to lead to something. I thought the match was going to lead to something, and it was just a match.
Well, we will see if it actually does lead to anything at all. But it just seems like, there should be more done with Persephone moving forward, hopefully. In AEW.
Yeah, absolutely.
We go into the trios match, Tommaso Ciampa and FTR versus Dem Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and Mark Briscoe. This was pretty dang good. I thought this was pretty solid. I thought there was a lot of really, really good stuff. It jumped out right from the start, too, as Mark immediately goes after Ciampa, and then the Bucks dive to the outside, and then we're just right out the gate. Briscoe's jumping off the guardrail onto Ciampa. We've got the giant dive off the chair to all the members of FTR and Ciampa by Mark Briscoe. Love the way that was shot, too, specifically. There's a GIF on Twitter that is so, so good. The tag team work between Briscoe and Mark was wonderful. Cash, I love too how they were setting up for something. I think it might have been more bang for your buck or something. And Cash was like, nah, and then killed Nick Jackson by just shoving him off the top rope through a table. Love that spot. Dax wanted to kill Matt, and they were absolutely going after and did the elevated spike pile driver onto the announce table. How I wanted that thing to give way so badly, it did not, but it was like hard as a rock. Ciampa then proceeds to go, I want to kill Mark Briscoe. Sets him up on the top rope. There are 2 steel chairs right in the center of the ring. Ciampa is like biting at Briscoe's head and is just like takes the blood on his head over his chest, lifts him up off the top rope, and slams him on his back through the chairs. And we go through all of that. And when he puts him through the chairs after the match, that was after he hit the Psycho Killer and the bicycle knee on Mark Briscoe to get the victory. The chairs in the end were basically there. He then choked Briscoe with one of them and then set them up next to each other. And that's when he got put through with the Avalanche Psycho Driller and sits on the chair and it's just like, yes, I've killed Mark Briscoe. Yes. This will probably be what we set up for the next pay-per-view is Briscoe and Ciampa. And I'm so hyped for it. Like, the lead up to that is going to be amazing, truly.
So I told JR before this match, it's like if the Young Bucks win this match, FTR is winning Sunday. If FTR wins this match, the Young Bucks are winning Sunday.
So now you're saying, oh boy.
FTR didn't just win. They literally left these dudes laying.
Oh, they beat the fuck out of them.
So by traditional pro wrestling sense, I'm looking at a disappointing Sunday. We will see.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, man, since the Bucks have gone back to their neon-colored OG look, they have not held those belts since.
Yes.
So I feel like we're going to get another run of Young Bucks, and it will be part of our predictions when we talk about it. But I'm starting to feel the same way you're feeling.
And I'm like, oh, shit. So I've never been disappointed FTR won. And when they hit set 3, the only thing is, JR was on the phone, he's like, FTR didn't necessarily pin the Young Bucks. Ciampa pinned Briscoe. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like they're splitting hairs. They kind of left them laying. Like,
yes.
So, yeah. About that.
But yeah, the match itself was really, really fun. And it has me very excited for Briscoe and Ciampa. I think it has the chance to really pop off at the next pay-per-view. And I'm excited to see how it goes. And I'm just excited for more heel Ciampa. Like, he's so entertaining.
Yes, I love heel Ciampa. I think he adds to the FTR act. If they are going to stay having each other's back, I think he definitely adds to the FTR act. And I think FTR makes him a little more dangerous, which is kind of what a group or faction or whatever you want to call it supposed to do for each other. I think they complement each other really, really well.
Totally. Now we get to what was billed to be the main event. Don't know why it was the main event, but it was. And we will talk about it. It was the press conference for the AEW World Championship match between Hangman Adam Page and Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, mediated by Bryan Danielson.
Never do this again. I mean, we can talk about it if you want to. There's
really not much to talk about.
My thought process is never do this again.
So here's my mindset, basically. My mindset is this. I will always, 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 always give AEW props because they're not lazy. They try things. They do different stuff. They always try to push the boundaries of what they can put on Dynamite and what they can make entertaining. That being said, when you take swings, and big swings at that, and do different things, and put yourself out there in different segments, you're going to hit a lot of really good shots, a couple home runs, and then you're going to strike out, and then sometimes you're just going to just fucking eat it in the dirt.
Okay. And I will say this. They tried.
Yes.
I don't think this was an execution problem. I think it was a concept problem.
I think it was...
I don't think
no. The concept is fine.
I just don't think it works with this audience.
Well, the main thing is that the idea of doing a press conference is fine. The problem is you executed it backstage.
Yes, and it should have been executed.
People wanted to see it. People wanted to see these two in the ring. I don't understand why you couldn't have had a scenario where they're in the ring at a table, and then you have some media members like out ringside just asking questions.
Dave Meltzer was in the building. Shout out Meltz.
Yeah.
Denise Salcedo was in the building. Shout out Denise.
Okada was there. And the best part, too, is I saw that, and, like, Meltzer was literally talking about how this card, the way that it was booked, had the chance to be, like, one of the best Dynamites this year. And then, of course, he's in attendance for it. I'm like...
Well, he lives right outside of San Jose, so...
I know, but at the same time, I was also just, like, quite funny how the two work together like that.
And Meltzer is treated like the legend. I think, and I truly think this, AEW treats Meltzer like the legend that he is, or he believes he is, or that wrestling is. They treat him well, as opposed to WWE, that basically anytime they can take a shot at him, they do. You know what I mean? You don't hear a lot of people in AEW like, Meltzer, he's terrible. He's a carny. He's a dumb son of a bitch. We don't get that, in a lot in AEW. I'm not saying it never happens, but we don't get it a lot. So it's just like, I could see him coming out to more AEW shows because, they actually like him.
That is true. That is true.
I'm like, I'm going to go where I'm liked. I'm not going to go where everybody's staring at me. He ruined wrestling.
Yes. But no, so in terms of this segment, though, I truly think that, again, them doing it backstage made no sense.
It was a call, not a good call.
The crowd was absolutely violently against that. Because for you to have the main event of your show take place mainly on a screen is not something people are enjoyable. I had this experience when I went to Monday Night Raw back like in 2013.
I had this experience.
Had remember when the New Day and the Wyatt family had their like Wyatt compound brawl or whatever?
Yes.
People wanted to see that, and it was just a TV thing, and then they never saw them at the show at all. And people were like, that fucking sucked.
Yes.
Like, you need, especially if you're closing out the show with it.
And apparently, so there was somebody in the building. There were people in the building for it, very excited for this. And then they did it backstage, and it's just like...
And they were pissed.
Yeah, and they were annoyed, and they were booing that it was boring, and all sorts of stuff, and it's just like...
Well, that's the other thing, too. Like, it was treated like a legitimately normal press conference. I was expecting some journalists to be asking purposefully needling questions. Like, there was one question where they just asked, oh, MJF, you lost to Hangman twice last year, including at Revolution. Does that affect anything, basically? He insults the media guy or whatever and calls the losses flukes. But, like, all the questions were just basic questions.
Except the last one. I love...
Which is, yes.
The perfect sell of Hangman's face. I do not compliment that man a lot.
Yes.
But, dude, when he said it, and did you see the look? Like, his look on his face was so perfect. Like,
it's almost kind of like looking like there was like almost a 1,000-yard stare.
Yes, and it was just like, oh my God, this is so excellent.
Yeah.
Like,
and again, that's solid. But
I don't know who I am.
The 4 or 5 questions before that, were boring as shit. Like, there was nothing in there to, like, even remotely piss off either guy. And Honestly, I think you would have been better off to literally do the press conference and then just pass around a mic to a fan.
Correct.
But regardless, he wants to give a toast. They get some drinks to you never being the world champion again. Hangman knocks the drink out of his hand. MJF throws his drink at him. They brawl. Danielson tries to break it up, and then they spill out into the arena. And again, if this was going to end up with them fighting in the arena and then fighting in the crowd, why even have it backstage at all?
Correct.
It's not a scenario like that. So that's why I say you could have done this out amongst the people, and I think it would have been fine. I don't think it would have been great, but it would have been fine. But especially if you change some of the fucking questions and don't make it last so goddamn long.
All I want to say to this is, I do not think this is one of the all-time worst Dynamite segments. I don't.
No, that absolutely goes to the weigh-in. The weigh-in with Cody and
I don't
know if anything's gonna top that.
Yeah, I don't think. And like I said, I honestly, even me saying you should never do it again, I don't think it was bad. I just thought it was boring as fuck.
It was not entertaining.
Yes, and that's why you shouldn't do it.
This is the closing segment of one of your 4 big pay-per-views. Like, Revolution, I think, is considered a big 4, for lack of a better term. Revolution is a big 4 pay-per-view. This was your go-home segment, and it fell flat.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating because the card is fucking stacked.
Oh,
We're
man.
going to have an unbelievable show. And again, I'm not concerned about the show or anything like that, but it's more so just frustrating as a fan because you want to go into a show feeling excited and like, yeah. And this is the main title match. And yeah. And it's just like, yeah.
See, and that's the whole thing. And I think it's going to beat Revolution's last record. I don't know if it's going to do Sting retiring number, but I think it's going to be
hard.
I think it's going to do a really good number. I feel a palpable level of excitement from the wrestling fans I know.
Yes.
I know everyone I know. Some people that don't order AEW pay-per-views have told me that they're ordering this AEW pay-per-view.
Well, this comes at a perfect time period too.
Yes.
Like, just talking basic pro wrestling competition. We're not trying to be assholes about this. Elimination Chamber just happened.
Yeah.
There were 4 matches on the card, and people kind of looked at it as like nothing happened. It was an empty show, basically. WrestleMania is next month, and people aren't really that excited for it. Here you go. You can fill the gap.
Yep. And if you listen to the show and you have a WWE friend that hasn't been happy with their product, invite them over. Say, hey, come watch Revolution with me. I mean, they might not drop the $50 on their own, but they'll come over your house and watch the show.
That's why I'm so hyped that Jared's should be going with you. I'm going to make sure this motherfucker doesn't bail.
Yeah.
Because the last time we tried to get him to come to an LA show with Floyd, he dropped out last second being like, oh man, I couldn't get a ride. Motherfucker, we could have sorted that out for you.
Yes.
But we're going to make sure he gets to the show because I think this is a perfect thing for him. Because he's hated everything WWE's been doing recently, specifically, especially since he's a John Cena fan. He did not like how that shit ended. So, regardless, I think he's that kind of person where, hey, you haven't watched. He hasn't been to an AEW show since Double or Nothing 2024. Sorry, 2024 was his Double or Nothing he was at. So he's not been at a double pay-per-view in a couple years. And I think this is a perfect time for him to come back in. And for a lot of people who haven't watched an AEW pay-per-view or haven't watched one in a while, to be like, all right, here we go. This is coming at a perfect time. I think it's going to do. I think there's a really good chance for it to do a good number.
Yes, and it's it's a really good chance for it to do a good number. It's a really good chance to put on. I think if you looked at Revolution last year. Other than the main event, it was probably the show of the year last year.
Yes, that was the only thing.
The main event made it where All In was going to win show of the year. So Revolution, the year before, was probably show of the year with Sting's retirement. Revolution is always putting in I think the highest rated match in AEW history was from a Revolution, which was the Young Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny Omega. I think that's the highest rated match in AEW history. It might not be, but I know it's the highest rated tag match in American history or whatever. So Revolution always brings it. I mean, it's like it was the one year with the explosion that didn't go well. But other than that, Revolution always brings it. So I think they're going to bring it. It's just like I said, I don't think if I'm looking at like that go home segment was not on the level of what you expect for a pay-per-view that's about to be this amazing. So, all right.
Yep. All right. Well, that was AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, I think we got a full Collision preview because it's already happened.
Yes, it was taped. So we can just real quickly say what was on the tape show. We're not going to spoil anything if you want to watch it, but we got El Clan versus Kevin Knight. The Triangle of Madness were in action. Mascara Dorada took on Andrade El Idolo. Mark Davis took on Commander. Lana Cross faced Mina Shirakawa. We heard from Chris Statlander. The Demand had a trios match against the Bang Bang Gang. And yeah, I think that's everything we had for Collision, unless there was something else that they didn't share.
No, I think that was it.
Yeah, so there you go. So we can go ahead and we can get into our AEW Revolution preview. So we're going to get our predictions for the show. We have, as of right now, we're recording this late at night, 2 nights before the pay-per-view, basically. We're recording this basically at like 2 a.m. my time on March 13th. We have a couple we have 1 0-hour match, basically. There's probably going to be more. But what we have right now, obviously, Willow Nightingale, versus Lana Cross for the TBS Championship on 0 Hour. This seems like a pretty solid, easy Willow retain, and then obviously give her time to rest before her tag team title match. But Willow retains. Maybe they try to beat up Willow after the match, so that way she's less prepared for the tag match with Harley, and maybe that puts more weight on Harley's plate to try to hold on to the belts for her and Willow. I could definitely see Megan Bayne trying to fuck up Willow after the match, but Willow still retains.
Yeah, completely agree. Willow retains.
Tornado Trios match, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin versus the Dogs, Clark Connors, Gabe Kidd, and David Finlay.
Oh, so that's on the pre-show? Oh, okay.
No. There's only 1 0 hour match. This
no, there's 3.
Cards.
There's 3.
There are 3?
Yes.
0 hour?
Yes. So the other match
on the event page, it only shows the 1.
Okay. So see, and that's wrong because the 21-man battle royal for the national title.
Oh, no, it is. Motherfucker. So explain to me right now, Aiden.
Yeah. The order's fucked.
The order's fucked.
And there's one match that's not even on there. The third match is not even on there.
Okay, so we do have the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the International Championship for 0 Hour as well.
Yes, and then they announced this today. This came in late today. On 0 Hour, it will be Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall against the Infantry. Fightful announced that.
Hell yeah. I do not know when Jared is there, how this motherfucker will react to the Big Boom guy being at an AEW show. He might try to walk out, and you might need to hold on to him. I'm going to tell you right now.
Dude,
I don't think he's a big fan of the Costco guys.
So I'm not either. I just thought he was going to be in the Battle Royal because he had announced he was going to be at the show. I just thought he was going to be one of the 21 guys.
Right.
They gave him a whole match. I hope he gets 2 to the head from the Infantry, and that's a name of a move. I'm not hoping for real violence against Big Boom AJ.
Yes. But regardless, with that match, fuck it, Big Boom AJ's team wins.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like funny. I will say this. I am not a fan. I imagine there's someone out there that, man, every time the Costco guys go up there, they run the Costco and they go get them a cookie or whatever, the double chocolate chunk, and they line up and they drop their $50 and they sit right in front of that screen and they just wait for Big Boom AJ to come out. And it's like, oh, and they don't even have to drop it because he's always on 0 hour. So they don't even have to drop $50. They go to YouTube or go to HBO Max and they're like, oh, yeah, let me take my bite of my cookie and wait for Big Boom AJ to come out there. And he comes out and then he's dancing to the music. And every time he punches somebody, they go boom. And I imagine that person exists. I don't want to know that person. I'm good. I'm good. I got enough friends.
Yep, there you go. So yeah. And then in terms of the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal, like, what names are we going to throw out for this thing?
Dude, I think everybody else. So I think Jordan, Oliver, Price are going to be on there. Let's say the Rascals are going to definitely be on there. Scorpio Sky is going to be in the building because it's in L.A. It's like, you know, I imagine the Gates of Agony will be in there with them to try to protect Ricochet. Yeah, I think anybody that's a guy that's not on the show is going to be in this match.
Kevin Knight, Speedball, maybe.
Claudio, Pac.
I mean, sorry, no, never mind. Kevin Knight and Speedball are in the trios match. For the trios
Claudio, Pac, Daniel Garcia. All those people are going to be on the show. And, and then...
Any idea of who's going to win that?
I'm going with Jack Perry.
You fucking...
It's in L.A. It's in L.A. It's on 0 hour. They try to go for the early show pop. Jack Perry.
You know what? I want Luchasaurus to be the only person to hold the belt from that team. So I will pick Luchasaurus.
Yes, and I hope Luchasaurus is healthy because I was really excited about Jurassic Express getting back together and hopefully being an established tag team. So whenever he comes back, I'm going to be one of the loudest ones cheering.
I would love it if he came back for this show and actually won the thing.
Yes.
All right. Now to the main card. Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin versus the Dogs. Dogs beat the ever-living piss out of Darby Allin, so I think this is the get-back. So that's going off of the same logic that you used for the tag match. So I will pick the babyfaces with Roddy helping them get the win.
I'm going to overthink this because your answer is right. But I'm going to overthink this. I think Roddy turns and joins the Dogs.
The double turn. The fake out, then stays face, and then the fake out again to turn heel.
Roddy, the Dogs.
Okay.
And we will see. We might not. Because I was thinking Roddy joins the Dogs. Kyle O'Reilly is...
Real quick, we're going to have to pause because my headphones just died, so I'm going to change these out right now. So give me a split second.
Okay. So, yeah, I know that's a bit of a stretch going with Roddy doing the double turn. I think it'd be fun. Or, Jay Whitetail comes back. I don't know. I just feel like the rollout of the Dogs is not complete yet.
I would be intrigued if they actually did make a new member on this night, and that's how they get the win. But we then have Timeless Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir. Everyone is banned from ringside. God. Okay. I'm going to need to do some research going into this. Is this, I gotta remember when the last time Marina Shafir has had a singles match on a pay-per-view.
She hasn't.
That's what I thought. So it has not happened for AEW.
Correct.
So I almost want to just pick her outright just for that reason.
Yes. So the show's in LA, right?
Yes.
The show's in it's not the Staples Center anymore. What's it called?
It's the Crypto.com Arena. It's Crypto.com. I'm not going to call it that.
Crypto.com Arena. So there's another big women's match happening in LA in the next couple years. Next couple months. And I believe Marina's best friend's in it. So my slight prediction is that Ronda Rousey comes out with Marina during the match.
Oh.
Just a tiny prediction. It might not happen. But I feel like for trying to advertise for their show, that'd be a smart way to get your face out there.
And she has come out for Ring of Honor.
And Marina has said on Busted Open that she was going to be at the Ronda Rousey match. So this is the biggest match in Marina Shafir's career.
Now, the only thing is that specifically everyone is banned from ringside for this match. They haven't that specifically listed.
Yeah, but I feel like they're saying the Death Riders and then, you know what I mean. Ronda's
I know what you mean. Yes.
outside of that thing. But that being said, this is the biggest match in Marina's career. So, and this is Toni Storm being Toni Storm. And when you got to follow up after the Hollywood ending, I am going to make a shocker that this match is going to be a banger.
I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to this.
Even if you don't
Marina's grown so much.
If you don't like Marina, she has cultivated and made her character amazing. And Toni Storm, we are now seeing when if you look at what's going on with the other person that was in the Hollywood ending, we are seeing who the clear strength of that feud was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, if I had to trust anybody with Marina in a one-on-one match on a pay-per-view, I'm trusting Toni fucking Storm. So I think it's going to be a banger.
The way that line of, like, I sentence you to a life of mediocrity is, like, the most damning line that any wrestler may have ever said in the last, like, 10 years.
But I'm calling it. I think they should pull the trigger. I think Marina should win.
I agree.
I'm going to go
with you on that too.
I don't think she's going. I don't think she's going to win. I think Toni Storm is going to win, and I think this is going to be her going back into the world title picture. But because they gave me the exact amount of break I needed of Toni Storm out of the world title picture. It's been about 6 months.
Yes.
Of her being out of the title picture. That was the break I needed. I'm ready for Toni to be back in the world title picture now.
There you go.
Yeah, so let's go.
Let's go. Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. So unbelievably excited for this match. It's like you're making me choose between my children. It's like I'm choosing between Swerve and Brody, two of my favorite singles wrestlers in AEW. How dare you make me do this? I think just because we're just coming off of Swerve turned and heel, this will be Swerve's match to win. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking banger. The only thing that I wonder is maybe chain usage gets used with help with Prince Nana, and it maybe fucks Brody over, and Swerve steals one. That's my Booker decision. Like maybe that's how that goes. But outside of that, I think regardless, Swerve gets the win. However, that if we were gonna say how, that will be my prediction.
Yeah, so I think Swerve's just going to win. I think he's just going to flat out win. I think he's just going to beat him. I think if you're reestablishing Swerve as a heel, I do think he just needs to beat him.
I agree. Well, and again, this whole thing is about being the most dangerous man in AEW.
Yeah. So. And JR, and I bring him up a lot because we talk a fuck ton. JR correctly brought up that this should probably have some stipulation. With it being about who's the most dangerous man, it should at least be like a chain match.
But don't you understand though? We already have the Texas Death Match by the Texas Death Match guy that always does the Texas Death Match.
And I understand it, and maybe this leads to another match. But when JR said it, I'm like, well, if your thing is about who's the most dangerous, and a chain,
this would be the one gimmick match, yes.
Yeah, and a chain has literally been used in every interaction they had. How is this not a chain match?
And also, how is it that on the image of the face-off, the match card thing, Hangman's got a chain around his neck for no goddamn reason?
Yeah, I mean, he's had the chain for a long time.
But I know, but I don't give a fuck.
But I get what you're saying. We're arguing the same side of it here in this case.
Yes, I know.
It's like, why are you yelling? I'm agreeing with you. So no,
this is what happens when we bitch about Hangman. We start attacking each other.
Yes, no, it's just like when it comes to this one, it's just like, why isn't this some type of gimmick? But whatever.
Whatever the case may be.
I think I'm going with Swerve as the win. I think they're trying to establish him now, reestablish him as the most dangerous man. And yeah, I think that's definitely going to happen.
There you go. Bandito versus Andrade El Idolo. This could also slap so goddamn hard. The safe bet is Bandito. Interesting to me would be Andrade, just because...
See, and I feel the exact opposite of that.
Really?
I think they want to keep Andrade in the title picture. I think we're getting Andrade and MJF soon. Based on my prediction.
So you think Andrade is the easy pick?
I think Andrade is actually the pick that makes more sense. And,
I agree. That's the one that I would pick to be more interesting. Yes.
Yes. And then Bandito was like, he's literally, to me, whoever wins this match is elevating into the world title slot. All right. Bandito's already lost to MJF. So I think the only thing that makes sense is Andrade winning this match.
Yeah, because Bandito can get back there whenever he wants, I feel like, because he has that gas behind him with all the work he did last year. So, yeah, no, I'm right with you. We'll go Andrade.
Yes.
The Trios Championships will be defended by the Don Callis family against Mystico and Jet Speed. Just because they just won the damn thing, I feel like they're going to hold on to it for at least a pay-per-view. So I will say Don Callis family retains.
Yes, I completely agree. Don Callis family retains. Yeah, I definitely agree.
If Mystico wins an AEW championship, though, that would be the most wild thing. Like, what the fuck? You just show up for a match and all of a sudden you have an AEW title on your waist as well?
Yes.
Along with the CMLL belt you got?
Yeah.
It'd be wild.
That would be wild.
We then go to Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bayne and Lana Cross for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. Like I said, I think this leads into, I think Willow is going to get jumped before this. And I wonder if this sets up for Megan Bayne and Lana Cross to win this thing. Because I feel like we've been building to Megan Bayne getting a belt sooner rather than later. Lana Cross just debuted. And I think they're trying to... I feel like... I don't like picking against my girl. I don't. But everything in my soul is telling me that I think Megan Bayne is finally going to get a title because they want her to, like, so bad. And this is just, like, the starting point, I feel like.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, from what I understand, this was already supposed to happen. Willow and Harley were supposed to lose, and then, from what I understand, Penelope got hurt.
Yes.
So I think out of all the picks that I'm most sure about on the show, if I don't know if you've ever listened to one of those gambling radio podcasts.
Yeah, it's the ones where they rank their bets.
Yes, my triple diamond, double Dutch, double chunk brownie fudge Sunday lock of the week is Megan Bayne and Lena Cross being your new AEW Women's Tag Team Champions.
Yes, and I hate picking against my girls, but I mean, like, it's happening. It's just happening.
You know why I'm upset? Because I have a meet and greet and a picture and a pro photo with Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, the Babes of Wrath, exactly in, 16 days. Guess what they probably won't have with them?
The tag team title.
Yes.
Where is that going to be at?
It's at Squared Circle Expo in Indianapolis.
You son of a bitch.
So, I'm going to see my boys having some White Castles in Indianapolis. It's going to be amazing. But, yes, I like...
Wait, so hang on. When is that?
It is 2 weeks from now. So, 27th and 28th of March.
Son of a bitch. Literally, if it was a week later, it would have been during the Final Four, and I would have possibly been there for fucking the Final Four in Indianapolis. I would have been like, Mark, we have to stop at the Wrestling Expo. I need to meet my girl Harley again.
Yes.
And he would have been so confused.
So this will be the second time, right? So Willow won the TBS, Willow won the TBS title the first time, right? Yes. I met her right after she lost it.
Well, she will most likely still have that, though.
No, but I'm saying I will meet her right. I got the Babes of Wrath pro photo.
But
I'm gonna meet them. I'm gonna meet them right after they lost the titles. I'm like,
that is true. But
I'm
again,
I'm gonna tell them
at least Willow will have a belt.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But yes, you're going to tell them that, like, I'm sorry I keep doing this, but every time I book these.
Dude, I'm going to be wearing my Babes of Wrath first women's tag team champion shirt. I already got it packed. So, yeah, it's crazy.
The wound's going to be still fresh. It's going to be hurt. It's so painful. AEW Continental Championship, no time limit. Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita.
You answer first. I'm thinking.
All right. First of all, me and Floyd were talking about this before the show started. We talked about how this is basically guaranteeing that this match goes at a minimum more than 20 minutes. Possibly more than 30, because normally the championship matches go for 30-minute time limits. So this match is going either 20 plus, 30 plus minutes. To me, Moxley being the Continental Champion, to me, like, I don't know. It's one of those situations where, like, Mox can hold the belt all he wants. It feels like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you can have it. I don't know why you would necessarily need it. So, more so just out of necessity for Takeshita, I feel like him winning it and doing it his way after telling them he didn't want to cheat would be some sort of, like, real big moment. And then I wonder that's when, you know, Don Callis' family comes out, they celebrate and everything like that. Okada comes to shake his hand and everything like that. And that's where he gets the middle finger, and then the Don Callis family jumps him. It's almost like the iteration of Randy Orton being held up holding the title, and then the thumbs down from Triple H, and he gets dropped by Batista. It feels like it's setting up for a moment like that. Takeshita with his Don Callis family, and then the middle finger leads to him getting jumped, and that's when we set up babyface Takeshita going after the Don Callis family, and specifically Kazuchika Okada. So I will go with Takeshita wins, but does he?
It's so funny. We've been doing the show so long together that we think very similarly. Because up to a point, I was like, exactly. Except I got Takeshita losing. And the reason the Don Callis family then comes down the ring and turns on him is because he lost. And you said you could do this on your own. You said you could do this without us. And then you failed. And that's why he ends up getting kicked out.
Mine was more so just to really play into the fact of how Takeshita has become so much bigger than the Don Callis family, and how the fans are behind him, how much he's proven himself in tournaments. Like, the Don Callis family knows this dude is becoming, like, too big. Like, our leader is Don, and our top guy is Kyle Fletcher. And Kazuchika Okada has set himself as, like, the ace of the group because he is Okada. And it's like, Okada's leading the charge on this. You've gotten too big. I have to take you out now because I already know you're not to be trusted.
So what's even hilarious about this? I want to shout out all the Jon Moxley fans out there, because y'all have built Jon Moxley so strong that stuff that other people would get crucified for, Jon Moxley just, okay. Jon Moxley, remember he had an ankle injury that he kept tapping out his? Did he take some time off that I missed, or did all of a sudden his ankle just get better?
Yeah, he's not tapping out much anymore. For any reason, yeah.
Showing nothing for the ankle. It just went away. He sold it for like 3 months, and then it just went away. Okay, point two. Technically, everybody was arguing the only way for this Death Riders thing to end was for them to break up. I mean, I know there was one person saying they weren't going to ever break up. That's me. I was right. But these are two things. These are two things that, like, any other wrestler, this was Seth Rollins, anybody get crucified for. His fans don't give a fuck. It doesn't even come up. I'm not saying this to diss Jon Moxley. I am saying him to commend him, because Jon Moxley is untouchable right now. He can literally do what he wants. I'm like, and this is where you want to be as a wrestler. Like, yeah, he just literally, a lot of the last few months when it comes to Jon Moxley, I'm talking about before, he's this baby face or whatever, didn't make sense. Doesn't matter. He's still Jon Moxley. So shout out to Jon Moxley. and his fan base. I'm shouting out all you crazy fans out there because guess what? Y'all did this. Y'all made this happen. I don't give crazy fans much credit, but I'm giving it to it.
You did this.
Yes.
Tag team championship match, FTR versus Young Bucks. We kind of alluded to it earlier in the show already. We were thinking that our day for Dax and Cash may be numbered as tag team champions. I'm going Bucks.
So I'm going two ways of this happening. First of all, I'm going with the Bucks winning, and I think Ciampa has something to do with it. Mark Briscoe has something to do with it, and then them win. My preference is that this is a 2-on-2 match all the way to the end, no outside interference. But there's this guy named Stokely, so I don't think they're going to do that. But that's my preference is straight up, no cheating. Let these two artists do their thing. So there's I think with all the interference and stuff, the Young Bucks win. Because, of course, the Young Bucks and the Dim Bucks got left laying, so they got to get their comeuppance.
Yes.
My other thing is this. FTR wins. With interference or whatever, FTR wins. Lights go out. Music hits. Two guys attack the FTR. They get double concertoed after winning. It's Copeland and Christian.
Bro.
So, that's how I have been seeing it. Before the result on Wednesday, it was FTR wins. Copeland Christian comes back and gives them the concerto and leaves them laying. Now, with what happened this week, I'm like, I can't have FTR lose and get dropped with the concerto. Because I think Christian and Cope are coming back no matter what. It's just, are they coming back after a loss or are they coming back after a win? I think
that's going to be it.
I think they're coming back after a win. I don't think Tony Khan hates me that much.
You got to give him at least something.
Yeah, it's like, and like I said, I mean, Copeland and Christian and the FTR does not need the tag belts. Look at the Toronto match. You know they don't need the tag belts. I mean, their faces was on the chairs. Fans were excited. They don't need the tag belts. But does Young Bucks need another tag team run?
God,
no. Exactly. So we're running it. If you go into the who needs what, I don't think either of these teams need this win. Neither team is going to do anything for their legacy.
Which is why we talk so much about the tag division and stars.
Yeah, the legacy of this match is going to be on how good it is. Is it a 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, 8? That's where the legacy of the match is. Whoever wins the match really doesn't matter in this situation. I'm talking about for the big idea of FTR. FTR is FTR now. Young Bucks are Young Bucks now. Young Bucks can take all the losses they want. They're still the Young Bucks. FTR can take all the losses they want. They're still FTR. They are made men in tag team wrestling. So the result of this match don't matter as much as how good the match is and what happens after. But, like, do the Young Bucks want to go 4-time? I mean, it's in L.A. It's all this stuff. Malachi could have something to do with the ending. I don't know. We will see. But, I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know who's going to win this match. I was 100%, like, I was never 100%. I was like 80% FTR wins and Cope and Christian comes back. That was my thought process. But now I'm like, oh, God, they just definitively beat them Bucks so bad that it's like, are they going to get beat up on Wednesday and lose the titles, lose the title match on Sunday? That seems strong. That seems strong. So, but if I'm going official prediction, FTR wins.
Okay. The women's championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Tekla versus Chris Statlander.
I think Tekla dispatches of Chris Statlander in the third match. And, of course, I'm calling for a shit ton of cheating. And there you go. And I think that's what happens. I think that's what's going to happen.
Some Triangle of Madness interference in that final fall. Tekla retains. Yep. And then we go to Texas Deathmatch, AEW World Championship, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. Max. Do me and Floyd a favor. Put this cowboy 6 feet under.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking when I say this. Will be a well-written and respectful eulogy for Hangman after this match. I will treat him like the death of Superman, like he is. But, yeah, Max is winning this. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know how much interference is going to happen. But Max is winning this. And you know what solidified Max winning is to me? I'm watching this, and I'm a troll to Hangman fans. Don't get me wrong. I do love MJF. Don't get me wrong. And nothing I say about MJF being great is me turning it up. I truly think he is a generational wrestler, and as far as a complete act, he's probably the best wrestler of this generation. As far as a complete act. So yes. Don't get me wrong. Everything I say about MJF, I believe. I am not trolling when I talk about how good I think MJF is. But this is a shout out to Hangman. That motherfucker told me he was losing in the way he reacted to that last question. I was like, him losing is because of that look on his face, his losing became a way more interesting story than MJF losing.
Here's the deal. I've had to deal with Hangman being the pissed off, like, arsenic, like, vengeful cowboy for at least over a year and a half, 2 years. This motherfucker needs to be depressed again.
Oh, God. And I think people like depressed. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. Hangman. I think it's a more interesting character.
They like seeing Hangman go through redemption, I think, is such a huge part of why his character became so beloved in that endless run for him finally winning the World Championship.
So, I've had a lot of twists in this show, and we know not half of the twists that I say are going to happen. But I think this is my truly biggest twist. Hangman looks like he's about to beat MJF. Swerve Strickland comes out with the chain, reminiscent of how he handed him the chain to beat Jon Moxley. Swerve then hits Hangman, not turning on Hangman, but reestablishing their feud. And Hangman is the one, Swerve being the one to take this away from Hangman. So I think Swerve will be the ultimate guy that Hangman ends up feuding with after this.
I mean, that's basically, his Sean to Brett. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and I saw the match and I was like, okay, MJF, after the look, that told me the answer. It was just too good. Too good. How many times have I ever said this much positive stuff about Hangman Page? I'm just saying it was just really good. That look.
Yeah.
Like that look did I was like, okay. So MJF's winning.
Yes, I will go right there with you.
Somebody's going to have to be the catalyst that takes this away from him.
Because again, this would be Hangman losing his own match.
So that ends the feud with MJF. Yes. He needs a direction to go after this match. So someone is going to have to screw Hangman over. Yes. The easy bet for me is Swerve.
Yes.
But I have one more person that I think it could be if he's healthy. Because you want to bring this person back in a huge way. Jay White.
There you go.
If he's healthy.
All right. Well, I think that's everything we got for our predictions for AEW Revolution this Sunday. We just got one other piece of business that we'll talk about real quick before we close this out and go ahead and lead into Revolution this Sunday.
So, if you have not done this, go on your browser, go on your phone, go on whatever. Go to shopaew.com. They are running a Revolution 25% off for 3 days. I think that might start on Friday.
Probably.
Probably starts on Friday. They have a brand new website, and it is not run by Pro Wrestling Tees. The official message from Ryan Barker, the owner of Pro Wrestling Tees, although we still handle all their on-demand, he's like, most of you might know that the Shop AEW site is updated. Although we still handle all of their on-demand printing, designing, and customer service, we are not involved with the website itself or the products chosen. So it is still Shop AEW, and it is still, every Pro Wrestling Tees is still providing all the merch. But there is a new, cleaner design to Shop AEW. It looks so good. I thought they had sold out to Fanatics. I really did. I was like, oh, Fanatics is taking over. Everything's about to get more expensive. At the bottom, it says it's powered by Symmetry Commerce. I don't know who that is. When you log in now, you actually can log in with your shop account. Like, not just Shop AEW, the shop.com. You can actually sign in with that account. It'll make for checking out and buying your shit a lot faster. I'm just talking about a person that I literally buy something from them once a month. This is not me trying to advertise, quote unquote, for AEW. I buy something from them once a month, easily. The site looks cleaner. It has a featured wrestler list, the way to get to the clinks, the trending now, logo gear. It's prettier. So yeah, it's prettier. All the titles are sold out because I'm hoping they put up the new version of the tag belt soon so I can buy that.
Well, hopefully they'll have that at the show when you go.
Dude.
You know what you need to make sure, by the way, if they have it at the merch store and Jared's with you, you need to get him some of that AEW DC crossover merch because that dude is such a big Batman DC guy. Like,
yeah, and you know what?
That's if they have the comic, like get that.
So yeah, and I always say this is Superman versus Lex Luthor in this match, so you can tell him that too. No, I'm looking at Shop AEW. It's a beautiful, beautiful page now. So definitely go check it out if you haven't. I don't even care if you're buying something. Just go look at what the work is done. Work is done there. So I just thought it was cool. So I did, people go on some clicking. And I went and clicked on View All Roster. Right? And for the last few weeks, Britt Baker has been like on there and selling shirts. Like in the, hey, most sold this week kind of stuff. Right? I talked to my boy Chris, so he keeps me updated on this shit. She's not even on. You can't click. If you go to the full roster, Britt Baker's not on the Shop AEW.
You can't search it. Yep.
She's just not there. I don't know if that says anything or says anything.
Now, if you go to the search bar, like there is a search thing that you can click on, like right next to the login. Yeah. If you search her, you can still find 2 of her shirts. The Doctor Will See You Now, and then the Main Event Role Model, but then also her DC crossover shirt is available as well.
Like she's still on the site, but if you go full...
It's not on full roster.
Yeah, you go to the B's. I'm like, Action Andretti is on the page.
Yes.
Brian Cage, who hasn't wrestled in how long? Deanna Purrazzo. Like, I'm just looking. Jay White's right there.
Yeah.
I don't see Britt Baker. That's Kota Ibushi, who's not supposed to wrestle for like another year.
He has a single shirt on there.
Yeah. Hey. I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. That seems intentional. We'll see. Yeah.
But yeah, that is
the one last thing I forgot to type on there. Go to Intense CA on Instagram and you will see why I have pound for pound, ounce for ounce, the greatest wife of all time. So I have had a Cody Rhodes backpack that my friend Tiffany got for me. It was a backpack, I think it was like a few months after he went back to WWE, and she bought it for me. And this backpack has went for me. London, Tokyo, all the wrestling shows I've been through since that day. And my wife saw it. And it's a white backpack, so it's dingy. And the cup holder was starting to tear and the back end was starting to tear. I'm a dude. I'd have carried that backpack for 10 more years. Not even thinking about it. So I get home, I think it's Tuesday. And she had went out to get her nails done, all that shit. She came back. So I got a surprise for you. Close your eyes. She opens it up, and it is a backpack, a travel backpack, laptop backpack, whatever you want to call it, customized in all FTR stuff. And yeah, I was very happy. First thing I did was I posted it everywhere, sent it to everything. But it was so well done. So the person that does our customs is named Raymond Bleacher. And I tag him in all my stuff on Instagram. I'm going to tell you this, and I don't like advertise for shit. But this bag was so good, I asked her where she got it from, as in I thought she had bought it online. The images on this backpack look screen printed. I didn't even know he could do this. I'd had shoes done, but I'd never seen him do this on a backpack. Perfect, 10 out of 10. One of the best gifts I ever got because I wasn't surprised. I wasn't expecting it. And it's very hard to surprise me because I always say this, I am a wrestling fan. I'm always looking for signs to what's next. So she actually surprised me. I posted it everywhere. I sent it to Dax and he said, hey, we should sell those. And I'm like, yeah, you should. But yeah, shout out to my boy Raymond. Go check him out. Online, on Instagram, if you have any custom needs. I'm a big customer person. I prefer what I wear to be the only person that has it. That's how I am. I like wearable art. But yeah, it's blueprint _ OKC. Of course, you'd have to work out some shipping because he's based out of OKC. But if you decide you want to get something done, something cool, he does all the teams. He's done all my wrestling stuff. NFL, NBA, if you like, oh man, I want some shoes, but I want them to be more my look, you can work with him. When I tell you he reaches inside of my brain and designs shit, he absolutely does. So yeah, I wanted to put him over real hard because, like I said, this was excellent work. I'm not like a person that is a big into art, but I appreciate when something's awesome. And he's really, really exceptional at his work. So if you have anything you want custom done, hit him up. Let him know Floyd sent you. I'm not saying you're going to get a discount, but he'll take care of you because I tell him, I'm like, dude, yeah, I trust him with the stuff. I mean, now, if all of my friends start getting custom shit, like on your birthday, Austin, if you get like a custom Detroit Lions backpack or some shit like that, understand. There's a reason. He is really good at what he does. He's really good at what he does.
You sent me the video. I was like, damn.
It just looks like a backpack you ordered from Shop AEW. That's how good
it looks. Official, yes.
But it's one of one. Nobody else has that backpack. Wearable art.
Unreal. Yeah. Unreal, dude. Well, yeah, that I think is a cool point to end things off, though, for this episode of All Things Elite, guys. We hope you have an amazing time watching AEW Revolution this Sunday. If you're attending it in person, if you're watching it on Max, if you're watching it on pay-per-view, wherever you're watching it, we hope you have a good time. It's going to be a lovely, lovely time. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be, I think this is a really good chance to have a lot of eyes on AEW this week. So it's going to be a fun show. I can't wait to see how things shake out. We appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. We appreciate you supporting us. If you'd like to continue to support us, turn automatic downloads on. Keep downloading this show. Share us around with your friends, family, coworkers, who you wish. Rate, review, subscribe. Leave a review if you would like. And then keep up with the show by following us at ATElitePod on Twitter. We are part of the Social Suplex News Suplex Podcast Network. We love working with Social Suplex. They're the reason why this show exists. So follow those guys at Social Suplex. Check out all the other great podcasts they've got. You will not be disappointed. I am at Austin Sumowitz, SZUMOWICZ. Floyd is at Floyd Johnson Jr. on Twitter. You can sign up for the Social Suplex newsletter. Link is in the description of the show. Floyd will be heading to the West Coast to go see AEW Revolution. My boy Jared will be joining him. If he doesn't, he's a coward, and we're going to make sure he shows up because we're going to turn him into a sicko. That's how this whole thing's going to work out. And I'm going to be watching from home. It's going to be an amazing time. Floyd, you have a good one, man, when you go over there, and I will let you take us home for this episode of All Things Elite.
Dude, March, the year is moving quick. March, spring is coming, my worst time of the year. Yeah, make sure you're checking on your people. Make sure you're telling them you love them. I had a coworker pass away a couple weeks ago. I think I might have brought him up on the show, but yeah, healthy, 3 kids, accident. Shit happens. It sucks. Absolutely sucks. Had me contemplating a lot of shit. But the one thing I don't contemplate is that, because I tell you this often, tell your people you love them. Sometimes it's gonna sound weird, and they're like, where's that coming from? I just need you to know. There's no reason. You don't really need a reason, but let the people around you know often that you care and that you appreciate them just existing. Not that you want anything from them, not that you need them, that you just appreciate that they exist and that you have them to reach out to. I just think it's super important. I bring it up so much because I just think it is super important to tell your people you love them. With that, I will leave you how I always leave you. Whether it's home, work, or school, always do your best to be elite.
Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy. On
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.